Hello, guys. I welcome you all to tonight's section where we'll be looking at how to design this simple flyer. Okay, so come with me as we hide all the layers. Then we start with this simple design. Okay, so as you know, if today is your first time here, keep subscribing to this channel for more educational videos on graphic design. As you see, this particular one I cycle here is the layer panel, so we hit on that, then we hide all of them, so that we can start a new project together where you will also be involved in whatever that we are coming to do. So we have our background as this. So now let's start. So the first thing that you need to do is to go and pick your resource. Okay, the first thing that you need to do is to go and pick your resource. So to do that, you will make use of this very tool here, this very one. Okay, this very tool here. When you hit on that, then you can go to import. Okay, then if you hit on import, then it will take you to the various resources that you have. So I have them in this side. So the first thing I will do is to import my background, pick a square form for it. This is what I do. I pick the square of it, then I hit done. Then the next thing that I have to do is to make it fill the whole canvas. This is called the canvas because this is your working area. This is where actually your design happens. So you will make use of this node here. Okay, this is called what? This one is called node, node. Are we together? So you make use of it. Then when you select it, when you hit on it or you select it, then you stretch it to this side. Now take note of this, you don't make use of these very ones, because when you select this and you stretch it this way, it will what? Only stretch this, but it will not evenly spread on the canvas. Okay, so make use of only this one, only this one, only this one. Are we together? Okay, so let's stretch it. Let's stretch it. Okay, so let's stretch it. Okay, so let's stretch it. Okay, stretch it to feel it. Then we have something like this. Okay, so now the next thing is you go to your panel. As you go to your layer panel, then you will lock it. Okay, so the lock sign is here. The reason being that the reason why you need to lock it is because the next design you will be doing, so that there won't be any interaction. So the next thing that we will do is to blur this particular background, because any background that you'll be using to design, you need to not make it visible. It is needed, but not the attention or the focus for our design. So we need to what? Blur it a little bit. So to do that, the one trick we'll be using is to what? Go. So this is the shape tool here, this shape tool. When you hit on that shape tool, then you can select this shape which will come by default. Okay, then you spread it on it. Then as you spread it on it, then the next thing that you will need to do is to what? Make use of this. Then the next thing that you will need to do is to what? Scroll down at this column, scroll down and scroll up. Okay, so as you do that, then you will see fill color. Then we are choosing our fill color to be black. Then we'll go back to opacity, where we will reduce it to at least, let's say, 70. Then when you are done reducing it, then you mark it as done. Then if you mark it as done, then the next thing that we will need to do is to go and select the shape tool again. Okay, are you following? If today is your first time, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Now let's continue. The next thing you need to do is to go to the layer panel, lock this one as well. Then you go select your shape tool again. So you select your shape tool, arrange it to be like this, then you hit it as done. Then you go to this copy here. Okay, so you go to the copy, then the copy will help you to copy this particular layer or this particular shape. Then you hit copy. So as you hit copy, then you see the shape have become 2. So even if you go to the layer panel, you can see that we have 2 of them here. Okay, so now let's go back. So now the next thing that you will need to do is to bring this thing up, make it small by reducing it with this one. So you bring this one up to make it small or stretch it up, so you have something like this. Now the next thing you need to do is you scroll through the tools or the properties that we have here. Then we are looking for perspective, which is this very one. Okay, this perspective. Then when you hit that perspective, enable it, then you make use of this node here, stretch it to this side, okay. Then when you stretch it to this side, then we have something like this. Are we get to the point now? Then you hit, we mark it as done. Okay, then when you mark it as done, then you make it, you position it well so that it will be well positioned. So we have something like this. Is it well understood? So we'll go to the panel again and lock the 2 also. So the next thing that we will do is to go to import again, and we import our resource. The next one you hit done. But now we can see we have a white background for this, so we want to remove the background. So you can either use the remove.bg or remove.background to remove the background, or you can come to this particular tool which we call the erase color. This very one, the erase color. Then you will hit on that. When you enable it, you can see that the background is gone. Okay, so we have this. Then you hit the background, so you make it, the background is gone. Then you hit OK, then you position it well. Okay, so the next thing that we will do, I want us to flip these horizontally. Okay, so the next thing that you will do is to go to crop. This very one here, which is crop. When you hit on crop, then you will have something like this. Now kindly pay attention here. You see, this is the flipping by horizontal, or you flip horizontally, meaning the whole image will be flipped horizontally. So when we hit that, you can see the whole image is being flipped horizontally. So we will mark it as done. Then we will mark it as done. Okay, so we mark it as done. So we have something like this. Okay, so the next thing is, as usual, you go and you lock it. Okay, when you lock it, you can see when you even press on it, you see none is selected. So when you are doing the following design, or you are picking the rest of the elements in graphic design to do your work, you will see these ones will not be interrupted again. Okay, so it's like kind of build up. Okay, so now let's go on. The next thing that we will do is to go to our shape tool again, then select this shape, make it small. Okay, so the way you make it small is what? Let's go back so that you get it again. So let me go back. You select the shape. We all know where we will get our shape tool is here. When you select your shape tool, then the next thing you do is you make use of this very node, send it up. Okay, so you have to help you to position it well. Okay, so you have something like this. Okay, then you can now bring it down here, then you hit done. Okay, then you can equally go and lock it also. Now the next thing that you need to do is you go to import what? Your next resources. Okay, which is this particular one. You hit down, reduce the size of it, position it well here, then you hit the size of it, position it well again, then you have something like this. Are we together? Then the next thing that we will do again is to select our test tool, which is here. Okay, that is our test tool. You hit the test tool, then you will have these properties pop up from the test tool. Then you will go with this one. Okay, so when you hit on that, then you can see this is being pop up. This particular one is pop up. Then you will bring it here. Then the next thing you will do is to go to the edit. So when you go to edit, then you have something like this. So you cannot edit it. So you are asked to put a hafianyo there. Then you hit OK. When you have something like this, the only thing you need to do here is to make use of this particular knot. Stretch it to this side. Then you have something like this. Make it big by making use of this knot, by stretching it to this side. Then you can be making it what? Big. Okay, so we have something like this. Position it well. As you position it well, now we can go to a color, which is this very one, to pick our color. Okay, so when we go, then we can pick orange. Is not bad. Orange is not bad. Red too is not bad, because when you pick red, we can actually have red here. We have red here also. Is that clear? So now we can go on now and mark it as done. Then we can now go to the font here. We have the font here. Okay, then as you go to the font, then you can choose any font you want. About today's lessons, we are going with chunk 5. Is it clear? Are you following? Okay, so you hit it as done here, then you make OK. So we now have something like this. Okay, then the next thing that we will need to do is to what? Pick the test tool again. Then we will pick the test tool again. Then when we pick the test tool again, then we can now have the second test again. You go to edit. Then when you go to edit, then you can now put your telephone number there. So which is this I am doing currently. Okay, so when you are done putting your telephone number, then you hit done. Okay, then as you hit done, then you can now bring your telephone number here. But the next thing you need to do is to change the color of that telephone number. So we make use of this very tool here, which is the color tool. Okay, are you following? Then you will pick black. Then you hit done. Then I want it to be bold, so we will bolden it by using this property, which is style. So we hit done. Then we see this very bold tool here. Then we'll hit it. Then we'll have our bold number, or our number is now bolding. Okay, our number is now bolding. Then we have this. Then you go to the layer panel. Then you now lock it. Okay, then you will now do what? Lock it. Now the next thing you will need to do again is you will go. When you go, then you can now pick the test tool again to write the next property or the next element, which is what? The collection. Okay, so we will write our collection, which is what? This, right? Collections. Okay, then we will hit done. Then we will reposition it well, position it under. Then kindly pay attention here. We will go to this very property here, which is called spacing. We will space it to this side. So we hit it, then we stretch it a bit, then we position it well. Then we have something like this. Is it well understood? Then the next thing that we will need to do is to go and change, make it italic also. We will first select bold and make it italic. Are we together? Then you hit done. Then we have something like this. Then the next thing you will need to do is to put the services there. So we go with the test tool again. Then we double click inside, or you go to edit. Then we will write we sell We sell. Are you following? I hope everything is clear. If today is your first time, consider subscribing for more videos by turning on the notification. Then the next thing we need to do is to put our services there. So we will need to put our services what there. Okay, so we need to put our services what there. So we now have something like this. Are we together now? So we now have something like this. Are we together? So I want us to add one flavor to it. Okay, so let's go into import again. Then we cannot import this resource again. Make it small. Make it small. Then we have something like this. Then we have something like that. Then we can equally go and do another thing again, which is the last thing that we will do. Graphic design is all about creativity. Okay, so we go, then we select this. Okay, then we can choose the color to be what? Black. Then if we choose the color to be black, then we can actually reduce the opacity for the color whilst we hit it as done. So the next thing we do is to position it like this. Okay, then we can use this tool to bring it out a bit. Okay, so we now have our poster. So this is it. This is Keja Graphics. If today is your first time, as I said from the beginning, consider subscribing. Then this is how you design a simple flyer for a boutique. If you have any question, make use of the comment section or chat me on +233 0500 434155. See you next time. Bye.